Yeah, I think so. A lot of my time is spent doing designs for private gardens, and my background being a gardener to begin with, then a landscaper, then getting really into ecology. It was kind of in that order. So I see the marriage of actual practicality and the hard landscaping being as just as important as the ecology to make it accessible for people in their gardens. I find people are much more accepting of wildness when it's contained. And it's a very easy thing for me to sell then, because I can talk about this hard line, that will keep everything ordered. It's all about intention. And I think actually maybe people come to me because they know what I'm about, so I might be in a bit of an echo chamber, but I think people want that wildness, but they're a bit afraid of it. And it's very easy to wild your garden by doing very little, and then it's not really a garden then. There's got to be a human element to it. And I see people be quite relieved when I start telling them, you don't even necessarily have to have a lawn. It could be something much more interesting, or, it doesn't have to be something very sterile. People get very excited. Food growing is another thing that I think people want that connection with, but they don't know how to get into it because their perception is it has to be very regimented and rules. My whole thing was I didn't like rules at all. Even when I got into gardening, it was like I was constantly asking my tutors, driving them crazy, like, why can't I just make a meadow in a garden? Why can't I make a woodland? The places I grew up, why don't I make a brownfield in I was constantly asking, never really got an answer. And then I just sort of went on that journey. But I think even the traditional border design, it didn't really excite me. And I think there's that if there's something that's like regimented, or there's something that you need to know to unlock it, then people are just like, if I don't know, well, I haven't got time. Certainly with veg growing, people don't have time in this kind of that vision of a bygone era where we're all out growing food. It's lovely, and some people love it, but I think most people have got so detached from it. A couple of generations gone by, no one really thinks they can grow food. Me to then say, well, actually, you can grow it in a wilder way with food forestry techniques that I do, and you weave it all through in a much more wild. You're not supplementing your lifestyle through this food cropping, but it's just little elements of being able to forage it. And I see people just get really excited that they didn't realise you could grow food that way. Most of the stuff growing out of the pavement is edible. I know, people just don't really realise all this stuff. We're so disconnected from it. So that's kind of how I see private gardens going. But I think the main thing for me, it's that balance of keeping it practical. It's like I often say, it's a place to be and a way to get there for small urban gardens. That's all you need. And the rest, just let it go mental, as far as I'm concerned.
Which would be good. And like John, we've had lots of conversations over the years and stuff, and I think that